The T.S. McCurdy House was built for Monongahela hardware merchant Thomas Stockton McCurdy, who was born in Westmoreland County in 1838. He moved to Forward Township in 1857 and engaged in farming there until 1877, when he purchased the hardware business of John Swickard. T.S. McCurdy & Son was one of Monongahela's leading business houses for many years, and Thomas became one of the best-known hardware men in the state. He was married to Mary Elizabeth Brown, daughter of Andrew and Nancy Brown. Together, they had 6 children. He was one of the first officers elected for the Monongahela Firemen's Association in 1883. That same year, the fire department had just purchased its first steam fire engine called the Hamden. Early in 1884, McCurdy lived with his family in a rented house on 2nd Street. A fire started in the ceiling near the chimney that soon engulfed the entire 2nd floor. The steamer Hamden was used for the first time at this fire. It was taken out and hauled to the river to fill its tanks, and within 7.5 minutes was throwing water over the fire. Although the fire was extinguished in about 3 minutes, it was not possible to save the building. It did, however, mark the beginning of modern firefighting in Monongahela. After this fire, the McCurdys built this home, moving in just before Christmas, 1884. The design is similar to other Blythe-designed houses of this era, having segmentally arched window openings with matching moldings at the top, and a large keystone at the center of the molding. The T.S. McCurdy house has the L-shaped plan, but was built with tall, narrow 1/1 windows, small-scale sawn work on the porch, and incised details that reflect later trends. The most expensive buildings Blythe had underway at that time had 1/1 windows, because the glass was purchased in large enough pieces that no divider was needed down the center. These details are more common in the East Lake and Stick styles, as well as the Queen Anne style, all of which were popular after 1885, the Queen Anne style being mainly used in the 1890s. The McCurdy house is Italianate in style, but a late enough example to foreshadow these later trends, as more lacy woodwork and other features began to appear. In 1909, Mr. McCurdy relinquished his successful hardware business to his son, Paul Stockton McCurdy, and his son-in-law Edward W. Hartland, changing the name to McCurdy Hardware and Supply Company to capitalize on Hartland's electrical contracting business. Thomas Stockton McCurdy's retirement only affected his hardware business. Until his death in 1917, he was prominently identified with many civic and religious interests, including director of the Carnegie Library.